Hello, Scheller Department of Student Engagement. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you being here and allowing me to speak to you. I understand you want orientation to be valuable to your students. I know this because you send out surveys to them, asking them if this was a good use of your time and asking for improvements. I'm here to argue today that you can make orientation more valuable by shortening it. This creates value for your students by 1, making the time spent in orientation more efficient, giving students time to work longer before quitting their jobs, and giving students time to prepare for the first week of school. So let's talk about making orientation more efficient. You know, when you shorten orientation, what you're doing is eliminating a lot of redundant information. Throughout the first 2 weeks, there was many things that I heard in orientation that I had heard at NBA Welcome Weekend, that I had read online, that I had heard from other students. There was a lot of time wasted in that orientation with redundant information. Now, you know, there may be students that didn't hear that information, but it's something that could have easily been learned through a pamphlet or a handout to them. When you reduce the time and you make reduce the time of orientation by eliminating that redundant information, it makes it more efficient, the time spent within orientation. It also creates more time now to spend outside of orientation. And we know that time is money. So if you now have this extra time by shortening orientation, students can work longer before quitting their jobs, and that's value. All of us, all of the MBA students had to quit their jobs to attend Georgia Tech. If on average they earned $1,000 a week, and orientation gets shortened by a week because redundant information is eliminated, you know, let's say that they took that $1,000 and invested it in an account for 2 years. If every student did that, if every student, you know, has $1,000 that they were able to earn now because they were able to work a week longer and save it for 2 years, that's about $95,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of value that can be created by shortening orientation. The other way that shortening orientation, the third way that shortening orientation creates value, is it allows students to have time to prepare for school the first week. Let me tell you about my friend, Michael. Michael's sad. He has a wife, he has 2 kids. He just barely moved to Atlanta to attend Georgia Tech. Because of all the redundant information that's shared in orientation, he's stuck there, using, you know, his time inefficiently when he could be at home, moving in, ordering his textbooks, registering for classes, signing up for things that are required at Georgia Tech, just moving into his house. If orientation was shortened, eliminate the redundancies that got shared in orientation, and more time generated for my friend Michael to do those things, that's more value. So shortening orientation creates value in 3 ways. 1, it makes the time spent with an orientation more efficient because redundant information is eliminated. It gives students the option to work longer before quitting their jobs to come to school, which time is money. And the third point, it gives students time, which is valuable to prepare for school, which is very important, and allow them to get off on the right track. I like Georgia Tech to think about the ways, whether it's through giving information to students to read, through email, through handouts, or just information that might be redundant that we've heard through NBA Welcome Weekend or other activities to get rid of that. By doing so, it will make orientation a more valuable experience and make the students happier. I appreciate your time. Thank you.